It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this, the 13th day of July, 2023, coming to you from Bedford County, Virginia. We're here as usual to talk about travel and cruise industry news of all sorts. We do have several stories this morning. The lead story today is future plans for the Norwegian Spirit announced. Also today, cruise line offers an apology in a really disturbing story. American Cruise Line Upper Mississippi River cruises. New ships for Port Everglades. Azamara returns to Canada, and free wine from Carnival. What? And lots more live here at 11 o'clock this morning. Today, folks, is National Beans and Franks Day. Now, for a good bit of my life, I would jump all over that one. I love them. As I've gotten older, however, they don't love me back quite as much. So I am very careful on my bean intake, if you know what I mean. But man, I'd love to just go do a big plate of beans and franks. I'd be happy with that. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. You're always welcome here. You can access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the Fat Travel Guy. Anytime you're listening via the podcast and want to jump over to the video feed, there's always a link in the description of the podcast so you can do just that. And if you haven't done so yet, folks, please smash that thumbs up button. That helps the channel out a lot. If you have not subscribed, take this as my invitation to do so. It doesn't cost you anything. And we're on a terrific roll. 48 new subscribers in the last 48 hours. That's pretty cool. I'd like to keep that pace up through now and when I go on the next cruises. That'd be terrific. All right, today's top story, folks. You know me, I'm going to screw something up if I can. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but I could. I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry about that. All right, today's top story has to do with Norwegian. The reason behind the cancellation of the Norwegian Spirit cruise ships 2024 Alaska season has been revealed. Yeah, remember back it's been 6 or 8 weeks ago now, we announced that they were canceling the whole entire season for 2024, and nobody knew why. There was all kinds of speculation, ranging from they were selling the ship because it's the oldest ship in the fleet, to chartering it out. There was everything. Well, actually, the Norwegian revealed that the Spirit will be heading to Asia. The Spirit was chosen for operation in Asia is not really surprising. Initially, she was built for the Asian cruise market for Star Cruises. The vessel sailed in Singapore, Hong Kong, and Southeast Asia between 1998 and 2004. Taiwanese media have revealed that Norwegian Spirit will operate in Asia between June and September of 2024. This is instead of the Alaska cruises that Norwegian canceled in May of this year. A Taiwanese tour company, Lion Travel, has chartered the vessel and will operate around Taiwan in cooperation with Norwegian. Not sure exactly how that's going to work. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But the Spirit will embark on its first voyage out of Keelung in June of 2024, although some sources, particularly in Taiwan media, have referred to the ship as Norwegian Endeavor. Official communications from both Lion Tours and Norwegian Cruise Line maintain the name Norwegian Spirit, and it's really unlikely that they'll go through a renaming ceremonies just because it's being chartered in the Asian market. Taiwan's geographical position connecting Northeast and Southeast Asia offers a strategic advantage, making it an enticing prospect for the Asian cruise market. Lion Travel has revealed that after the Norwegian Spirit arrives in Taiwan, the ship will significantly increase the provision of Chinese language services and collaborate with local Taiwanese food and beverage brands to offer guests more culinary diversity. Launched in 1988 as Superstar Leo, Norwegian Spirit sailed in Asia for 6 years, and back then was operating from Singapore. She later repositioned to Hong Kong, sailing to China, Vietnam, and the South China Sea. In 2004, Norwegian Cruise Line took possession of the ship and renamed her Norwegian Spirit. So that's what's happening with the Spirit. All right, folks. You guys can still take advantage of the current wheel, power chair, and scooter round sale that's going on for Disability Pride Month. 9% off site-wide. That's from now until the 31st of July. Browse our amazing selection of mobility scooters, electric wheelchairs, regular wheelchairs, walkers, and more. Save on products until the July 31st by simply using code REC 2023 and get 9% off. You can shop online or you can call 844-664-7467. Use the SRN 11137 and the channel will get a little bonus for that. Scoot around and wheel power chairs. Boy, it took me a while to decide how I was going to handle this story this morning, folks. And you'll see as I get through it. Ambassador Cruise Line has apologized to passengers recently docking in the Faroe Islands while a local hunting tradition was underway. The centuries-old hunt is not regularly scheduled, but can occur at any time during the summer months when the whales are nearby, and unfortunately took place while the cruise line's ambition was in port. Ambassador Cruise Line Ambition, formerly Aida Mira, was docked in Torshavn on Sunday when the traditional whale hunt occurred. Those guests did not expect to see what could be considered a gruesome custom take place as they arrived at the capital of the Faroe Islands. In the late afternoon, however, they witnessed scenes of the mass hunt and its messy aftermath, during which 78 long-finned pilot whales were killed. Ambassador Cruise Line apologized the next day, objecting to the hunt and reaffirming the company's commitment to marine conservation and sustainability. Cruise Line CEO Christina Verhoenig reiterated the cruise line's partnership with Orca, a charity dedicated to studying and protecting whales, dolphins, and porpoises in the UK and European waters, and further expressed disappointment in the ongoing hunting practice. The decision I had to make on this, folks, the pictures and video clips of that event were horrendous. Quite frankly, I almost got sick watching them this morning. So I decided not to use anything but that one distant shot. I'm not surprised that Pete never mentioned that yesterday when we chatted. I didn't know about it at the time. Of course, you guys all know me. I'm opposed to killing anything, especially whales. These are a different kind of whale. Now, I understand, and before somebody jumps down my throat, I understand the customs and traditions and necessity of native peoples, like the peoples of the Faroe Island that count on this whale slaughter for food and the blubber every year to survive. I don't have to like it. And I'm damn sure not going to put it on my channel when it's so gross that I almost threw up. All right. I'll be back with a couple more stories, thankfully, better stories, after a quick break from one of my network sponsors. All right, guys. American Cruise Line has commenced its 2023 summer season on the upper Mississippi River with a selection of 11 unique itineraries and 5 new riverboats. Passengers can enjoy a variety of cruises along the length of the river, including the recently christened American Serenade. To celebrate the opening of the summer season, American Cruise Line is offering complimentary domestic airfare for August and September departures on 8-day upper Mississippi River cruises between St. Louis and St. Paul. Select dates also provide discounts of up to $1,200 per stateroom, and all cruises include a complimentary pre-cruise hotel stay. Exploring the upper Mississippi River with American Cruise Line allows guests to experience captivating scenery, hometown Americana, and the rich history of the river. Passengers have the opportunity to discover charming towns, unique cultures, and vibrant characters that embody the essence of this vital, storied waterway. The 8-day Upper Mississippi River cruises offer a range of shore experiences, including visit to Mark Twain's boyhood home and museum in Hannibal, Missouri, and the Lee County Agritourism Experience. Active excursions are also available, such as the Field of Dreams experience in Dubuque, Iowa, and the Mark Twain Cave exploration and wine tasting. Passengers can also visit the National Eagle Center in Wabasha, Minnesota, to witness the country's largest year-round population of bald eagles in their national habitat. The summer cruises take place aboard 2 of American Cruise Line's newest riverboats, American Symphony and American Serenade, both featuring 100% private balconies. Virtual tours of the America's Riverboat are available on their website. In addition to complimentary airfare, the cruises include various benefits, such as onboard enrichment and entertainment, fine cuisine, wine and beer with lunch, and dinner cocktail hours with hors d'oeuvres, and Starlink Wi-Fi. Private American cruise coaches are provided for shoreside transportation. The pricing for the 2023-2024 cruises covers port charges and fees, as well as tips and gratuities. All Mississippi River cruises by American Cruise Line also include a complimentary pre-cruise hotel stay. For cruises, they do not include complimentary domestic airfare. A flat rate domestic airfare is available. And I've said many times, folks, that I'm trying everything I can do to get on American. They do have accessible cabins. And my story to them is nobody knows about it. So just put me on one of the boats and I'll blast it everywhere. I do. I go on any of their ships. I'd love to try it. All right. This is because of my buddy Bethany down in Tampa. You know, we've followed her on a couple cruises now, both river cruises and on Azamara. She's got back from South America cruise on Azamara. Well, Azamara's 2025 schedule includes a return to Canada for the first time since 2017 and double overnight stays at certain European ports. Azamara is known for offering more time in port with late nights and overnights, and now we are taking that even a step further with our new double night stays, allowing our guests plenty of time to travel further and dive deeper into each destination. So says Azamara President Carol Cabezas. This translates into 3 days at destinations like Bordeaux in France, where Azamara ships are small enough to dock in the city's center. The line also sails 7 hours along the Guadalquivir River for an extended stay in the heart of Seville, Spain. As for Canada, we are excited for our guests to experience these unique itineraries, visiting Leicester traveled ports in Quebec and Newfoundland, as well as Iceland and Greenland, said Michael Paulus, head of itinerary planning. The Canadian ports include the small fishing village of Cap aux Mules in Quebec's Magdalen Islands, Newfoundland's Lance aux Meadows, believed to be the first Viking settlement in the New World, and Quebec's Havre Saint-Pierre, gateway to the Mignon Archipelago National Park Reserve, home to abundant wildlife. All of these will be maiden calls for Azamara. Paulus added that as demand for Azamara's country-intensive sailings remains strong, we also added a range of these specialty voyages across Europe in 2025, so our guests can discover smaller ports and hidden gems within a single country. So, something else for you to consider, folks. Azamara Cruises. The 2025 itineraries also include a record number of 15 golf cruises in collaboration with longtime partner Perry Golf. Among the choices in 2025, British Isles Golf Cruise, which includes weekend attendance at the final 2 rounds of the 153rd Open at Royal Portrush in Northern Ireland. Azamara's early booking bonus provides up to 20% savings on select cruises that booked by August 31st of this year. Travelers who choose a veranda or a suite will also receive a free Experience More package, including a $300 onboard credit, Wi-Fi, and a premium beverage package for 2. Bethany loves Azamara. I've never been on it. It's another one. I'd love to go on Azamara. That's not normally in my budget situation, but I would love it. All right, Port Everglades has announced more cruise options for travelers in 2024 as part of an effort to develop its summer offerings, according to a press release. Next summer, the port will host 5 cruise ships from various cruise lines, including Celebrity, Disney, Princess, and Royal Caribbean. This includes the new Celebrity Beyond and the Enchanted Princess. That's 2 new ships for the year. Royal Caribbean International's Freedom of the Seas, Celebrity Reflection, and the Disney Magic. Currently home porting at Port Everglades for the summer of this year are Celebrity Equinox, Caribbean Princess, and adventure of the seas. So Port Everglades, that's Fort Lauderdale, folks. They're stepping up their game for next year. I like it. I kind of like sailing out of Port Everglades myself. It's you fly into Fort Lauderdale Airport, and it's 2 minutes from the airport to the port. I mean, it's dirt easy. I like sailing out of Fort Lauderdale because it's never as crowded as Miami always is, or for that matter, Port Canaveral always is. All right. The last story today is from our friends over at Carnival. Carnival Cruise Line has announced a toast-worthy bonus for bookings with free or deeply discounted bottles of wine for... Why is that cutting my script off? Honest, folks, I didn't screw up. That was my script thing screwing up. So let's go back. I'm scrolling down to get to the right place again. Okay. So Carnival has announced a toast-worthy bonus, they're calling it, for specialty restaurant bookings with free or deeply discounted bottles of wine for reservations on the first or second night of each sailing, depending on the type of wine and which restaurant guests choose. This can be a wonderful way for travelers to say cheers to their cruise vacation and set sail in style. The last on the Joy with Justin, we did a specialties the first 2 nights. We didn't get a free bottle of wine, though. That would be pretty cool. Anyway, while Carnival has offered free wine for the first or second night for the steakhouse reservations for some time, this new offer, valid starting September 1st, clarifies how much wine is available and expands the complimentary bottle to additional specialty restaurants. On the first, and that's embarkation night of every sailing, guests can receive a complimentary bottle of house wine for every 2 persons on the reservation, applicable not only at the steakhouse, but also at Rudy's Sea Grill, Vaggio, Gigi Asian Kitchen, and Casino del Capitano. The offer is valid whether the reservations are pre-booked before sailing or booked on board. This change to 1 bottle per every 2 persons rather than 1 bottle per reservation is great news for groups when families and friends traveling together like to celebrate the start of their cruise vacation by raising a glass. The offer does not apply to Cucina del Capitano aboard the cruise line's 3 XL class ships, the Mardi Gras Carnival Celebration and the upcoming Carnival Jubilee, but still will be available in the other listed restaurants. So a little free wine on Carnival sailings. Pretty cool stuff. All right, let's go see who's fussing at me in the chat room today and see who's with us. Hot Air Tom is here. Cindy's with us. Hi, Cindy. Haven't seen you for a while. Been missing everyone, she says, but work has been absolutely crazy. Joanne is with us. Happy Friday Eve. I agree with that one, Joanne. I'm hoping to spend the afternoon in the pool again. However, Amanda, my niece, who is staying at one of her clients' house, called me this morning and says, I got a flat tire. I have to drop it off because they can't fix it while I'm there. Can you come pick me up? I said, yeah. And can I use your car? I said, yeah. So I ran out and picked her up. She's got my car, so I'm hoping to get it back this afternoon to take her to get her car back, and they'll free me up so I can go get a pool. Anyway, that's what's going on. Oh, the other thing, folks, I never pointed out I don't think I did yesterday, because things got so screwed up with me trying to interview Pete and going off the air and getting back on the air. And it was a disaster. But it actually, for whatever reason, it didn't affect the other broadcast yesterday, nor did it affect my podcast. It all went up like normal. So for some reason, I just wasn't on the air there for 9 minutes and didn't realize it. So as a result, I didn't report back from my pulmonologist business. It seems that from the tests that I have run the last couple of weeks, and X-ray that they did yesterday or the day before yesterday when I was there, both my heart and my lungs are improving. All of the numbers that they bring up are better than they were a year ago. But I sure am not seeing that in my breathing. And he can't really explain it. He says, look, he says, I got to look at the graphics here on what I see. And he says, you should be getting better. So let's give it 6 months unless something major happens and see if your breathing doesn't catch up with the improvement we see in the numbers. I said, okay. And I asked him if, my COVID experience might have affected things. And he said, well, yeah, that's a possibility too. So let's just give everything 6 months and we'll come back and do it all over again. I said, yeah, okay. So it wasn't any great news, but it certainly wasn't bad news. So I'm always in favor of not getting bad news. And Dennis is here. Hi, Dennis. Hi, Mike. Cindy says 100 days till her next cruise. Can't wait. I'm less than 100. I don't remember the exact number. It says be 30 and 40, about 57 days. No, less than that. 20th. So I'll leave on the 19th. So that's 19 and 17. So I'm 36 days to my next one. At the fake. Duh. It's hard for me to think sometimes. Gretchen's here. Hi, Gretchen, 69 until her next cruise. I'm not quite ready, but getting there. Well, hell, I hope you're not ready yet. I don't even think about getting ready until the night before. Steve's with us. Hi, Steve. Joanne says, dear heavens, that's horrific. Yeah, that whale story, oh my goodness, that was just awful. Hi, Emily says hello to everybody. Joanne says, thank you, out of her job. Yeah, I refuse. I mean, I'm a farmer in Virginia. At least I live on a farm. And over the years, I mean, we have to control the deer or they'll destroy everything. But I'm not going to control them. Now, my cousin and all of his cronies, they are allowed to hunt the farm. It doesn't mean that I like it. But then they eat everything that they kill. So, and it does control it for the farm. So from that standpoint, yeah, I'm okay with it, but I don't like it at all. I don't like killing anything. We got a damn groundhog that's absolutely destroying my yard. I'm not going to do anything to the groundhog. I'd like to get rid of him. I don't kill him. Or I even have problems with trapping him and taking him off and releasing him somewhere, because somebody will come right in behind him. Anyway, I wasn't about to show that Joanne. That's a promise. You'll never see me show anything like that. Rendacita is here. Good morning. Good to see you again. Mike says not just whales. In 2021, over 1,400 Atlantic bottlenose dolphins were killed in one day. Oh man, I love the dolphins. I love the whales too. But yeah, that's just awful. I mean, I'm sorry. And I realize those people use that. That's part of the life over there. But I sure as hell don't have to like it. Mike says, sorry, not bottlenose, Atlantic white-sided dolphins. Okay. Whichever, they're dolphins. I still like dolphins. The bottlenose dolphin slaughter was 100 around the same time. Oh, my God. Now see, Mike, that has, just because of what I looked at this morning, all of a sudden, man, you got my stomach churned up again. I hate that. Love Fort Lauderdale departures, Gretchen says. Carnival Cheers package is so expensive. Nice of them to give out house wine. Yeah. I've got my last Carnival cruise booked for the foreseeable future, only doing NCL and MSC with drinks included. I can't really say I blame you on that one, Sam. One of the things that I'm really experiencing with doing some of these, the group cruises and the solo cruises and the hosted cruises is the effect and cost of the drink packages. And yeah, some of them are just way beyond, not only way beyond my budget, there is no way that I can drink enough to pay for that. So, yeah, no. I mean, I was looking at one of the cruises that I really liked on the show yesterday, which was a 20-night cruise. And they want like $56 a day. That's an extra like $1,300 for a drinks package on that cruise. I mean, that's a whole nother cruise or two. Yeah, no. Congratulations on my health improvement. Thanks, Em. Yeah, I was surprised. I was expecting him to say, we gotta do something to get this breathing better. And I still get, I mean, you guys experience as much as I do. I still cough some. And I still get frogs in my throat. Well, that's all from the lung complications and my breathing. But still, I mean, to walk out to my car, which from in my room to the car is what, 30 yards? Sometimes I have to stop in the middle and catch my breath to get there. And that's with oxygen on, folks. Carrying my portable unit. All right, Dennis says, I'm doing that wrong. Viaggio. Il Viaggio. Il Viaggio. Il Viaggio. Don't copy the cruise clowns who mispronounce GGI as Z. Okay. Il Viaggio. All right. I'll try to remember that one, Dennis. Yeah, no, I won't. But I'll try. I always try. We had deer everywhere. The last deer I posted were at my old high school, a few of them. I keep begging John Hill to put in a Cheers Light option, but he says no. Our Cheers for 7 nights on Mardi Gras was $500 per person. Yeah. Last time I tried to not get the package, but individual drinks were extremely pricey, but like I got nickeled and dimed. Felt like I got nickeled and dimed. I do better with that. That's in. And yeah, I know I'm paying a lot of money for drinks. But at the end of the week, let's say I have like on my Royal Caribbeans, what do I get? 5 drinks a day now or something? Okay, so 5 drinks a day, that's, if I'm driving the most expensive drink is $50, $65. But rarely, if I'm paying for it, am I going to drink 5 drinks in a day. I might have 2. I'll have my Diet Cokes, but I just can't. I can't afford to do that. And it's nice when I get them on these packages, like with Norwegian. I've got a similar package on Princess. I'm not going to have it on Holland America. When I'm on the Nordam next. So that one I'll be paying as I go. Pronounce GGIO as Joe. Okay. It's not Zoe. Yeah. Joe. All right, so I got to go back and Il Viaggio. Il Viaggio. Il Viaggio. Okay. I might have that one now. Cindy says, that's nice. You get 5 drinks a day. I'm platinum with Carnival and get 1 drink at Sea Day brunch. Yeah, the Royal Caribbean one is a little bit better package. And I never can remember 5, 6. It was 4, and then I went to the next step, and I think it went to 5. I don't know. Anyway, it's enough for me to have a good time and not have to pay for anything. So I like that. Soft cheese sound as in Georgia. Giorgio Amani. Giorgio. Okay. Thanks as always, Dennis. Another thing, folks, I can't remember if I talked to you guys about this or not. If any of you have to renew your passports, don't wait. They're now telling me that mine's going to be 3 months. Well, 3 months, I don't get it before I leave again. The one thing that I didn't know when I got started on this was that renewing passports, you have to send them your current passport. So I am passportless, even though my passport is good until January 21st, I think it is, of 2024. But so to renew it, I had to send them my current passport, which I don't like at all, because I don't like sending that, started to say the S word, and I'm not supposed to say on the air, in the mail. Now, I paid for the rush service and the overnight shipping and all that crap. So it ended up costing me a bloody fortune with no guarantee I'm going to have it back before I leave for Alaska. I have found out that if I get the fancy driver's license, whatever the hell that thing's called, which I've got to go see about that at the DMV here, that I can use that and a birth certificate for everything I got to do on the 2 Alaska cruises, which is going in and out of Canada about 4 times. So I hate like hell to travel with my birth certificate, but if I have to, I have to. So that's what I was going to do this afternoon, but Amanda has my car, so I probably won't do it today. I'll save that for tomorrow. He's going to DMV on Fridays. But I'll go get that silly formal driver's license, whatever the hell that thing's called. But anyway, and if you cruise a lot like I do, you got to find a 3 or 4 month window that you can be without your passport. Well, that doesn't work unless you're lucky, not lucky, but you're one of those people that cruises once or twice a year, then you can do it. But somebody like me, I cruise once a month or more. So there's just not a good way. You can't take them any place now and get them the next day or anything like that. That's no longer allowed. One time, I think that was my previous girlfriend. The first cruise that I took her on, she had to get a passport and left it till the last minute. And we had to go to DC, I think it was, and go in and give them all the information and pay for it. And we came back the next morning to pick them up. So, but they don't do that anymore. So anyway, if you got to do that, get it done. My mom was telling me that getting a new passport will take a long time because several people are doing the same thing. Yeah, they said I can't remember how many they're expecting, a couple 100,000 of new passports. There are passport expediting services. Yeah, I know. And they're expensive as hell. But everybody needs to get a passport. There's no doubt about that. Now, one of these days, I'll have to have a passport to go from Virginia to West Virginia. But, I do agree everybody should have one. Another reason to have multiple passports. Yeah. I never dreamt that I have to send my current passport in to renew it. That's not the way it used to be. At least that I remember. Of course, I don't remember taking any 3 months to get a passport either. All right. Enough ranting for the day, folks. That's going to wrap it up for today, guys. Don't forget, smash that thumbs up button. That will help us out a lot. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Hit that little bell notification. You'll be notified when I go live or when a new video is up. I will be posting the video here in the next few minutes on the Sapphire Princess that I didn't quite get done before I went on the air. So that will be going up shortly. And beyond that, folks, that's going to wrap me up for today. I'll see everybody back here tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And as always, folks, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising. And one day soon, we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.